The Diary of Samuel Pepys, 21st of February 1660. In the morning, going out, I saw many soldiers going towards Westminster, and was told that they were going to admit the secluded members again. So I to Westminster Hall, and in Chancery Row I saw about 20 of them who had been at Whitehall with General Monk, who came thither this morning and made a speech to them, and recommended to them a commonwealth, and against Charles Stuart. They came to the House, and went in one after another, and at last the Speaker came. But it is very strange that this could be carried so private that the other members of the House heard nothing of all this till they found them in the House, insomuch that the soldiers that stood there to let in the secluded members they took for such as they had ordered to stand there to hinder their coming in. Mr. Prynne came with an old basket-hill sword on, and had a great many great shouts upon his going into the hall. They sat till noon, and at their coming out Mr. Crewe saw me, and bid me come to his house, which I did, and he would have me dine with him, which I did. And he, very joyful, told me that the House had made General Monk general of all the forces in England, Scotland, and Ireland, and that upon Monk's desire for the service that Lawson had lately done in pulling down the Committee of Safety, he had the command of the sea for the time being. He advised me to send for my lord forthwith, and told me that there is no question that, if he will, he may now be employed again, and that the House do intend to do nothing more than to issue writs and to settle a foundation for a free Parliament. After dinner, I back to Westminster Hall with him in his coach. Here I met with Mr. Locke and Purcell, Master of Music, and with them to the coffee-house, into a room next to the water, by ourselves, where we spent an hour or two, till Captain Taylor came to us, who told us that the House had voted the gates of the city to be made up again, and the members of the city that are in prison to be set at liberty, and that Sir G. Booth's case be brought into the House tomorrow. Here we had a variety of brave Italian and Spanish songs, and a canon for 8 voices, which Mr. Locke had lately made on these words: Domine salvum fac regem, an admirable thing. Here also Captain Taylor began a discourse of something that he had lately writ about, gravel-kind, in answer to one that had wrote a piece upon the same subject, and indeed discovered a great deal of study in antiquity in this discourse. Here, out of the window, it was a most pleasant sight to see the city from one end to the other, with a glory about it. So high was the light of the bonfires, and so thick round the city, and the bells rang everywhere. Hence Omer wrote to my lord. Afterwards came down and found Mr. Hunt, troubled at this change, and Mr. Spong, who stayed late with me, singing of a song or two, and so parted. My wife, not very well, went to bed before. This morning I met in the hall with Mr. Fuller of Christ's, and told him of my design to go to Cambridge, and whither. He told me very freely the temper of Mr. Widrington, how he did oppose all the fellows in the college, and that there was a great distance between him and the rest, at which I was very sorry, for that he told me he feared it would be little to my brother's advantage to be his pupil.